do we have to put up that kind of show, especially in the first leg? This is in a moment of concern. But again, we wanted the result today, and we got the result.
And that's very key.
Yes, very, very key. Because at the end of today, if we had been able to, if we struggled, yes, we struggled against Switzerland today. Yeah. But if we didn't get the result today, I don't know, it would have been something else.
Cosmos, Chukwemeka, any contrary opinion?
Well, it's not just it's just the Super Eagles of Nigeria that struggled. I mean, Ghana struggled as well in Kumasi against Comoros Island too. So at this time, when it comes to African football, I mean, every team, every country in Africa, they want to try as much as possible to, beat the big teams. I mean, this is the same Swaziland that actually beat Guinea in the Nations Cup, African Cup of Nations qualifiers about a month ago or so, and they felt that if they can be able to beat Guinea, then they can be able to do the same thing to Nigeria.
Let me stop you a little. I read this tweet.
Okay.
Just while you were speaking, it came in. Bolarewa Akim says there are no minnows in football again. These so-called minnows are hard nuts to crack.
Exactly.
The Eagles need to be commended.
That's what I'm trying.
Wait, Chris. Let me allow him finish what he had to say.
Yeah. So as I was saying, Ghana struggled against Comoros as well. Well, it's not as if there were no chances, but then they were able to score two. Now, I think you wanted to talk about the Algeria match against Tanzania.
Yeah,
well, that is a different match.
Yeah. Okay,
that's a different match. I mean, this is the Tanzanian side.
Let's not go out of the scope of this discussion. Okay, there are two issues that clearly came out of today: the performance and the result.
Okay.
We may disagree about the performance, but I think we all agree about the result.
Exactly. I mean, it would be very disastrous if Nigeria does not qualify for the group stage, the qualifying group stage of the 2018 World Cup qualifier. It would be disastrous.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
but Chris, you think that the way Algeria took out Tanzania is the way we should be taking out lesser teams?
When you look at what happened today against Swaziland, you start imagining what will happen against Ghana, Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire, Algeria,
maybe Senegal.
You see, look, we have to be realistic. This is not the kind of Super Eagles that we need as at now. Well, even if I'm coming, my brother, even if we are going through a rebuilding process, there should be, some promise.
Okay.
There should be promise.
Promise that may turn to reality.
Yeah, exactly. That this team is still young.
Chris, let me quickly ask you this. Let me quickly ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think there's enough time to
unfortunately, in modern day football, there's no time. A coach is judged by the result he shows out at a particular match. So there is no time.
Even we look ahead to the World Cup qualifiers and Nations Cup,
let's not deceive ourselves. When you look at the Premier League or the Spanish La Liga, this is modern day football, and you don't have time. In the Premier League, for instance, they have sacked the Liverpool coach, they've sacked the Aston Villa coach. They don't give you time. And what we are saying is that, as far as this World Cup qualifying series is concerned, some leader does not have time.
Okay.
Are you going to tell the organizers of the qualifying series that you have a young team? I want to go and look at my players in Europe. I want to go and look at nobody will give you that opportunity.
Okay.
Guys, nobody will give you the opportunity to do that.
Different here.
So we are talking about maybe in the next 1 or 2 months. In March we are going to face Egypt.
Let's move on.
You remember in March we are going to face Egypt.
Yeah, I know.
And you know it is a Herculean attack. Egypt took away Chad today. You saw the way they took away Chad. So what I'm saying is that
they lost the first leg.
Yeah, they lost by 1.
That's what I'm saying.
We would have lost our match. We would have lost our match in Swaziland.
Cosmos,
Okay,
guys, let's move on. Let's move on. Of course, the Super Eagles will always divide opinion, and you're sure that even if we've spent 2 hours, it won't be enough. Guys in the studio will not agree with themselves about the issues. But let's leave Africa. We're done with Africa, except to probably give you results as they come in, because we told you earlier that some games are currently going on as we speak. That's the only thing we're going to do. So we're going to shift to South America, CONMEBOL. That's the name of the federation. And interesting things are happening. Matches will be played. Match day 4 for the CONMEBOL zone tonight. And of course, surprise, Argentina are at the bottom of the table. After 3 matches, the Argentines find themselves in the 10th position. But this is what is going to go down tonight. Colombia takes on Argentina, Venezuela takes on Ecuador, Paraguay takes on Bolivia, Uruguay takes on Chile, and of course, Brazil takes on Peru. Let me quickly come to you, Chris. A lot of people will look at Argentina and say, now, you could say Nigeria don't have the players. These guys have the players.
Exactly.
What exactly is their problem?
The problem with Argentina, if you have to, let's take it from a very positive point of view. You can't compare the period that some of these young guys that are following football these days don't know about what Diego Maradona did with the Argentine team. He was all-encompassing. People are trying to compare him with
Lionel Messi.
It's not possible, and the problem that you have in Argentina, if only you realize that most of the key players you have in the top leagues in Europe they play for the Argentine team. So you start wondering what's happening. After playing 3 matches, they have only 2 points. Like you said, they're in the 10th position. Yeah. Brazil is the 4th, 9th or 10th. Brazil is having about 4 points. Brazil has 4 points, and then Ecuador is, you can't believe it, they are leading with 6 points. So what I'm saying exactly is that Lionel Messi has not been able to raise his game at that level. That's why so many people will tell you that when you go to Barcelona, where he has won everything in modern football, in club football, you find out that he has people around him. That's what people will tell you.
That can share the responsibility with him.
Exactly. So, but he goes back to Argentina. He finds himself as the focal point, but he has not been able to, because I was surprised that in Brazil 2014 they had all the opportunities. The first time that an European team will come to South America
and take the trophy,
and the World Cup final trophy. So, and Argentina had everything going for them. If they cannot win, if they couldn't be able to win that match, it means something is missing in the leadership of the Argentine team.
All right.
And I blame that on Messi.
Okay. Let me quickly drag Cosmos Chukwuemeka. It's not just the South American qualifier is very, very difficult. All teams have to play 18 matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, and it takes a toll.
Tasking.
It takes a toll on the players. But let me drag you into it. Talk about Brazil as well, not doing so well, then Uruguay and Chile. Let's really spare some thoughts for Colombia. They're playing at home against Argentina. You think they'll be able to do the job on the Argentines, especially at the period where these guys are really, struggling?
I mean, Rodriguez is back. Actually came back in their last game, match day 3, and they scored a goal. They played a 1-1 draw in that game as well against, I think, Uruguay. So he's back, and yes, they've been struggling, but then they'll be playing against an Argentine side that will be missing Lionel Messi, Sergio Aguero, and Carlos Tevez. Yes. So if you look at it, it's delicately poised between the both sides. Colombia are playing at home and they want to make sure that they win. Now, they are not particularly doing well in the qualifying round, but then they want to consolidate as the fact that they are playing at home. Now, Argentina are coming to make sure that they win something. I mean, Argentina does not want
themselves back.
Exactly. They don't want what happened in the qualification for South Africa 2010 World Cup to happen to them this time around. They want to make sure that they start winning their matches. They only have 2 points, so it's going to be a very tough match. I say a draw in this one.
All right.
Colombia are good. Colombia want to make sure that they win.
Quickly, Cosmos,
it's difficult.
Let me shift your attention to Uruguay and Chile, Brazil and Peru quickly, because I'll have to go to Chris as well.
Right.
Your thoughts on that game quickly. Chile, I don't know. The magic seemed to still be there, but the results are not really,
Yeah, the results are actually coming from there. I mean, they are one of the top side when it comes to the qualification.
But you would expect, because they are champions, in terms of style.
They are champions in the Copa America, and this is a World Cup qualifier. Now, in the World Cup qualifier, they've got great players as well, but then it is still, around a certain Alexis Sanchez, who is actually very tired. So against a Uruguay side that has a rejuvenated and on form Edison Cavani, who has been doing everything for them in place of suspended Suarez, is going to be